Hello, everybody. We are here with another episode of Bonding with Boogie with a Precious Perspective. And of course, it's your host, Boogie Ogun, aka him, Himothy,
Mm-hmm.
him for knee,
Mm-hmm.
him the G,
Mm-hmm.
him who doesn't hide, him who seeks,
Okay.
him with the shortest arms, him still with the longest reach, and my co host.
Precious with a precious perspective. And we back per usual. And this time we got somebody with us.
We don't just have anybody.
Ooh.
This is our first guest ever on the show. Let's drop some sound effects for her. Thank you very much.
Gabrielle.
Hey y'all, my name is Gabrielle. I go by Chef Gabrielle on Instagram because I also am a chef. I am currently in the process of having a startup business with my catering and private chef services, and I also do spoken word. I have had a lot of features in this year, and I feel very blessed to be able to do that, and I'm thankful to be here today on you guys' podcast.
And I am so thankful that you are here. I met her in Hammond
Mm-hmm.
after she smoked the set. Then I did mine. And you know, once poets once poets hear other poets go off, it's kind of like a thing to connect and meet. Can you give them your Instagram so they can know where to hear you or where to get some of your food from, or if they need you to cook or anything?
To do both of those, you can go to chef dot that's a period Gabrielle, and Gabrielle is Gabrielle.
And
Just different.
to start this off, we'll be I hate to use the word interview because that's a strong word, but I guess these are questions that people ask me. So first and foremost, where did your love? Because I'm assuming that you love poetry. Where did your love from poetry come from, or how long have you been doing poetry?
That's a great question. My love of poetry probably started when I was in drama club in high school. I told
Okay.
you guys earlier I went to South Shore, and I had a wonderful drama coach who was also our school counselor, Dushan and Brown, and she, had put on a performance for the drama club, and she wanted us to write our own pieces, and I had already, wrote, pieces before, but that's really when I started to love it because I never performed it.
Okay.
Mm.
And it's one thing to write poetry, it's another thing to like actually get on that stage and step into a whole different body. It's almost as if
Facts.
I'm doing a monologue
That's a fact.
because I love acting. So that's where that love part came in.
For sure. And with something that you just said, I started writing. So you are you saying that you had already been writing before she asked you guys, or before he or they before they asked you to write? Were you already writing poetry?
Yeah, because I actually started writing, like the earliest I can remember writing a poem was like seventh grade.
Mm.
Boom. And that's where we connect. I think I started maybe around maybe like fifth or sixth grade, and like me and my brother discussed, me and Precious discussed on the last episode. I used to kind of rap battle too. You
It
know what
was
I'm
not
saying?
kinda. It was
Yeah,
not kinda. My boy was them there 8 miling, smoking
yeah.
niggas in the cafeteria.
And what's crazy is what you just said. It was the difference from writing it and them asking you to perform it or to
Hmm.
say it. It's a different type of chill or a different type of energy that goes through your body when you actually have to,
Most definitely.
yeah, when you have to perform it. It's especially when you're open and doing it, like when you're not shy or you're not scared and you just like, it's a different type of energy that flows through you. Are there any artists? It could be rap, it could be music. Is there anybody who inspired you? Like anybody who you, or like maybe a verse or even like something you heard that gets you in the zone, like, or that got you in the zone to like write or like perform?
Well, for me, I have a lot of different influences. When it comes to my influences of poetry, of course, you got people like Langston Hughes,
Mm.
and you can go further back with Maya Angelou, Gwendolyn Brooks. But in more recent times, I remember in being in high school and seeing a poet called K Love, and she is still doing her thing. Like, I love her. And so she's also an Aquarius. So I love to see, what she had started then and how she's, evolved now. And then when it comes to rap, my favorite, I will go to war over this rapper.
Oh man, who is she gonna say?
A Wale.
Okay, that's good.
This nigga's not mad at Wale.
I saw it. I saw it when you said K Love. I saw Precious.
Yeah,
even.
yeah,
I saw
'cause-
him even kind of.
yeah,
Who's
'cause
K Love?
K Love is.
I should know her.
Yes, K Love is, in my mind, in my opinion, in my
Is she from?
humble from Chicago, and I would give her godmother of poetry in Chicago, for real, for real. She's
deserves her
really,
crown, for
yeah,
sure.
like she's
She's been out
really
here a while.
dope. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
long
been out
time.
there a while, and has, I think, cultivated a community of young spoken word artists after her.
Yes.
Like, she's inspired a lot of, like, just people who I know from Instagram, Chicago local talent. Like, she had a series year before last, maybe, that she was doing, because she recently relocated to somewhere else. And I think it was like the Love series, where she would do an open mic weekly at different spaces, and you would see how it brought out different creatives and different artists. So I'm glad you brought K Love up. And I'm going to go and ask a question in regards to, you said performing it made it feel different. You know what I'm saying? Gave you a different value. But I go as far as to ask, what made those words worth writing? Like, what made you realize, like, man, I got to get this out? You know what I'm saying? Like,
So being a teenage girl,
you say, let's start there.
I mean, you go through so much, and for me, I found an outlet in being able to be creative, being able to use my words and write it down. And it wasn't just with poetry,
Facts.
I was really great with my English papers. My teachers looked forward to reading them. So it was something that was a healing thing. And actually, I stopped writing after high school, and I started back writing in 2020 because I was going through some personal things, and I needed to get that anger out in a healthy way, because a lot of times we aren't aware of how to get our emotions out in a safe way. And so instead of lashing out, and instead of doing the things that could have taken my life a different way, I put it into a poem and I performed it, and then that snowballed me into performing every month this year.
That's dope.
And with performing, one thing I noticed about you, the one time I did see you perform, and I'm not good at it. Well, I've never tried it.
You killed him with the Himothy.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. When you did yours, you were there for several minutes. I am not good with. Like I say, I haven't really tried too much since because like you said, I just start back writing. Excuse me, Himothy was the first thing that people didn't. My brother knew I could do poetry, but like my closest friends did not know. And Terry, who you just met, he said he was going to a poetry slam, and I said, bro, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna do poetry. And he was looking at me like, bro, okay, all right. And I went and I performed him for the first time, and it wasn't memorized. I was reading it out my phone, and I killed it. And when I sat down, he was looking at me like, bro, what you been doing? Like, I didn't know you even could do this. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, so him was the first thing that got me back into, I guess, being him. But one thing you can do is, and like I say, I haven't even put myself to it, is my memory. I'm not going to say a shot, but I hate trying to remember things. So as far as me writing a several minute piece and going through the modes of that and the zones of that was one thing I admired about you, because I'm kind of quick and straight to the point. The fact that you were able to really give a story and really give a a long like and like you kept the crowd's attention. That's something I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? Like like how do you memorize? You know what I'm saying? Just a piece like that, because it was most definitely your piece was longer than the two pieces I did put together. You know what I'm saying? And I admired that because I'm like, bro, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just straight. I got a minute, maybe a minute and a half for you, and my poem is done. So how do you do that?
Well, I first off, I want to say thank you because you know what's funny is that was my first time doing a longer than 15-minute set. You
Yeah,
know,
she was going, bro. She was to the point where I was like, I don't even know if I want to go up there because mine ain't that long. So I hope they not expecting what
What
she's
she
doing,
did.
because I'm not
Facts.
on that type of time at all.
Facts.
um, that's hilarious. But yeah, I truly appreciate that because like I I practice and I don't want to say that you can't do it because you have it in you.
For sure.
So what I did, so let me say it's not just one piece. That was 5 pieces put together.
Okay.
And because I have my collective of poetry people, shout out to Poets Perspective Network,
sure.
they, you know, helped me to cultivate my entire set. So when they gave me the opportunity, they said, you know, speak about whatever's on your spirit. And I figured I'm going to Hammond. If I am about to go speak to a crowd of strangers, what's the one thing I want to talk about? And it just hit me like I want to talk about love. Like, what else is there to talk about? You know. So I have many pieces that I didn't realize flowed together until you know I was getting ready and I was practicing my set, and we arranged it in such a way.
So you put those together.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's 5 pieces, and then even in the middle, those conversations in the middle were still something that I practiced.
Okay.
And to be able to learn and memorize those pieces like that, I recorded myself. I went into a quiet place. I, you know, recorded it, and because I figured if I can listen to Beyonce, if I can listen to, you know, any mainstream artist and play their records over and over, how come I can't play me over and over? So, you know, I really sat there and I was playing my, you know, my set over and over and over to the point that it may sound to you like I got to memorize, but the whole time I'm just singing a song to myself.
I like
So
that. I
so
dig that.
so check me out. I appreciate that so much because that's something that since having, like I mentioned to you off camera, since doing this open mic at the gallery, I've been stringing pieces together that I had written maybe 2-3 years ago, but maybe I wrote something else tomorrow, and I'm like, damn, this kind of is a spinoff of that. And so if I'm lying, I'm dying. I can show you the recording right now. Last night, probably about 12 a.m. I'm like, nigga, you bored? I don't want to smoke. I go outside and I'm like, damn, I've been thinking about the pop up this weekend. And I'm like, what pieces? Because I got 2 pieces that I would kind of call like my statement pieces that I like. Boogie was saying that I know off the top of my head and I can just go off of. And then other ones I just write. And so with this is actually 5 pieces. The name of the piece is called I See You. And it basically goes through 5 pieces that I feel like ultimately a person would hear and they feel seen and or recognized. And I did exactly what you said. I recorded it on my phone and I've been listening to it since last night. I worked out to it earlier today. I listened to it on my way here just to kind of, like you said, when you go to recite it, it's not even so much that, oh, I remember my word for word. I'm going based off of how I said it in that audio message. And that was just like, boom, boom, boom. Okay, bet. Time for dramatic pause. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and letting
So I
it
need to
set
start
in.
recording myself, basically.
That's a fact.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
a fact.
Okay, learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, I've always been a one-time type of guy. Meaning like I got family members who ask me to write poetry. I write poetry, and I'm the type of person, I write it, I learn it, and sometimes I don't even learn it. Sometimes I will go and read it off the paper that I wrote it on, and I'm done with it. I throw it away, never to be read again, never to be. I've wasted a lot of good material over the years of years. Like I said, you can ask Precious. My family looks for me to write. We had a funeral that we had to go to not too long ago for a cousin who passed. R.I.P. Nancy.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, and they asked me to write a poem, and I smoked it, and I copied and I pasted it. I sent it to her daughter, and that was the end of it. I don't even know where it is anymore. I don't like. I'm not like. I'm a one time type of dude. But now that I'm trying to get back into doing this on a regular, I most definitely need all the methods, all the ways, as far as remembering things, as far as learning to, even if it's a one time thing, because like I say, that my cousin was a big part of my heart. So that's something that I should have learned and remembered it. But like I said, I'm trying to get better at that. So I appreciate you guys for hitting me with the methods. I might need to start recording myself.
Do you have an iPhone or an Android?
I have an iPhone.
So, you can save that stuff to like your cloud,
Yeah, and I usually jot it in my notes. So even if I did like a voice memo, I could save it to my cloud.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, Gabrielle, you said you had a background in like drama.
Yeah.
Okay. How does that?
Are you a dramatic person? Are you when you hear people say they got a drama background, they'd be like, "Oh man, I'm dealing with an actress here."
Well, the best way to put that, my daughter, she recently asked me, "Mom, were you in the drama club?" I said, "Yes, girl, I was the president." She said, "That makes sense."
You give off drama at the house. Dramatic.
I think that life should be a Disney musical.
Oh fuck.
Oh man.
Hopefully it's not the high school.
Not the high school. What's the one that was famous when we were kids with Mickey Mouse, and he was doing the orchestra? Fantasia.
It's crazy. I grew
Legendary.
up and appreciated it. As a shorty, fucking hated Fantasia.
What?
Grown man me.
Like the broom?
It was boring. It was there. You didn't
just
understand that at that age. You didn't understand Fantasia at that age.
It was silent. Like Mickey was just running around this dark ass place, chasing this standing up ass broom.
Now
like,
I need to re-download my Disney Plus app.
Yeah,
Re-Rock
Fantasia now is definitely a real kind of therapeutic feel and vibe. You could appreciate it a lot more. And I was gonna ask though, Gabrielle, how do you think that dramatic, or that I won't call it dramatic. I feel like it's a difference between drama and dramatic.
Yeah. Let's not make her drama queen.
We can say theatrics.
There we go. Okay. How does that theater background assist in your stage presence and ability to?
I can see how it does, because
you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I act the fool.
Express. Okay.
Like, I go crazy. Like I try not to be dramatic in everyday life, even though it comes out. But being on stage and being in front of a crowd, I let loose.
You say turn up time.
Oh yeah, like that's when I'm bad. I'm in performance mode.
Yeah. And let loose. Let me ask you this question, because we just had a conversation about this. I was talking about we was talking about open mics, and we were talking about spoken words. Some could be just open mics, some could be competitive, like you're trying to win something. And like I was telling my brother, when I told him open mic and like the competitive stuff is kind of all the same to me, because whichever one that I go to, I'm trying to, and I hate to sound so terrible. I'm trying to kill people. Like I want to do my piece, and I want people to be like, I kind of like what she did. I kind of like what he did, but this guy is the guy right here. So when you said you let loose, I most definitely, I saw the theatrics in you. So when you come out to the poetry slams or to the open mics or to the spoken words, is it in your mind, maybe not to kill the other people doing it, but is it in your mind to kill it? You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody doing anything that they love and anything that's their craft is in their mind to kill it. But it's certain... The Mamba mentality in certain people it's a mentality, and some people take it lightly, and some people really go in with that mindset to kill. Is that in your mindset when you're stepping on the stage or stepping on the floor or stepping wherever you're stepping? Because like I said, I saw y'all doing the outside cabin fever thing. even if you're around the s'mores and the roasted weenies, are you trying to kill every time
Smoke
that
shit.
you have to perform?
Okay, first off, it's a bonfire cipher.
Facts. Correct him, please.
So would there be no s'mores and weenies?
We should probably bring s'mores. Actually,
S'mores are delicious.
last time I cooked, I brought jerk chicken wraps and turkey subs.
Facts.
Facts.
So-
I will be at the next one.
Oh, now you're gonna be there because we don't have
I will
wieners.
be at the next one. I will bring the brats and I will roast them over the fire.
But truth be told, I'm a very competitive person.
I like that.
So I really just started, doing this every month since the beginning of this year, and I've
same.
learned a
The same.
lot in just 7 months. So I've learned that it's just as it's what's the best way to put this? It's easier to be forgettable than it is to be rememberable. And so a lot of times when you go to these open mics, when you go to these slams, you're going up against people who have been doing this for years. You're I don't want to say always competing, but you're sharing that stage and that spotlight with veterans. You're sharing it with some geniuses, and it's like, how can I be on that level? And so I've seen, even with myself, you can have an amazing poem, but if you don't know how to perform it, it ain't shit.
Facts. The delivery. Yep.
And especially in Chicago, and I love that I'm doing this in the Chicago scene because Chicago, they brutal.
Niggas is unimpressed.
And they will be. And they will be. And they will let you know that they're unimpressed. In so many ways, it's I've seen some crowds, man, that will chew you up and spit you out and act like they ain't know who you were. So, it's one of those things where, Chicago, man, it's a culture like no other. And I'm so thankful that I'm doing it in this scene because I feel like I can go anywhere.
Wait, hey, if you can survive here,
Yeah.
that's for real with
Yeah.
whatever you're doing.
For real.
You can survive anywhere. I want to get into kind of like an off subject thing. You cook.
I sure do.
If you had to pick a dish
Mhm.
that you would say, if someone asked you at the Thanksgiving dinner, everybody's bringing a dish, you need to bring a dish. What would be the dish that you bring to sit down and sit across the room and not even let people know you brought it and just watch people be like, who brought this? Who brought this dish? What would be the one dish that you could whip up? And it ain't even gotta be Thanksgiving. It could be be an event. It could be a party. It could be a wedding. It could be something where it was just required for you to bring a dish. What would be the dish that you bring?
So for me, I could do a lot of things.
You cook.
But I want to let it be known that I went to school for baking and pastry. So I'm really great at desserts, but more specifically, my bourbon peach cobbler.
Bourbon.
She kills every time, no matter
You
where I
put
take
bourbon
her.
on the peach cobbler.
And I make it with fresh peaches.
And she called it a she, so I know it's smoking shit.
She gave it a gender.
She gave it a gender,
Gender.
so I
She
know
gave
it's
it a-
flame.
In gender. So which one do you do better, poetry or cook? Or is it equal?
Actually, I feel like I cook better. Only because
That says a lot. I need to get some of that peach cobbler. Because I saw your poetry. I heard your poetry. So if you cook better than that,
yeah.
we are going to have you back on the show. And you are
You
going to
talking
bring
about
us some
picnic
bourbon.
edition.
Not regular peach cobbler. It is a bourbon peach cobbler. So is there bourbon in the peach cobbler?
Yeah.
We drink. Is there bourbon in the peach cobbler? It is bourbon in the peach cobbler.
Yes, I let the peaches marinate a little bit in the bourbon. Yeah.
That sounds different. A bourbon peach cobbler. Is there anything else you would like to ask Gabrielle?
Oh, well, we got her. Let's see. We got her. Kind of piggybacking off that idea, because I was telling Boogie, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I kind of go when I do my open. I've just gotten better at, like you said, the performance piece, getting comfortable enough with my pieces to know where to go with them. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to get you to kind of say, damn, or if I'm trying to get you to sit back and ponder a little bit. And so I've kind of always gone to it with a like, I guess hopefully I'm dope mentality. Like hopefully they fucking with me. But and getting into that space of just like you said, going out there and letting it all out. What makes you the most? Because again, I personally believe that spoken word is a very vulnerable space because these are your intimate thoughts that you're not thinking or that you may not believe everybody will resonate with.
For sure.
So what allows you to kind of go up there with that confidence at taking away from the background in theater? What allows you to go up there like, yo, I'm finna smoke it. I ain't got no choice.
You said the key word though. It's the confidence.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's the key word.
But even deeper than that, like when I write my pieces, a lot of times I feel like, you know, I'm talking to, you know, a certain person. I may not know who they are. And so even though I'm up on the stage, I'm still talking to them. They're who I'm hoping gets my message.
I like that. I like that. Hey, and on that note, that's all I got for Boogie.
On that note, can we drop a bomb? Because I asked Gabrielle to come with something for us to leave us with.
Okay.
For us to show, for us to know, even though I know I've seen it in person.
Okay.
How how good the bourbon peach cobbler is. That's how good the poetry. How, like I said, I'm not even gonna say how good the bourbon peach cobbler is because I haven't had it. So how I'm thinking how good the bourbon peach cobbler is how good I know the poetry is. So we're gonna end this with a slight piece from the cook and let her cook up real fast. Chef. Cook does sound so ghetto. Chef. Specialist. Professional.
Ooh, see? Put some... Yeah.
Respect on that shit. Yeah.
Saute, you know. I do a little cooking myself. Whenever you're ready, love, give us a title. If it is a title, if it's not a title, just do your thing.
This doesn't have a title. This is going to be my first time ever sharing this piece.
Exclusives. We love exclusives.
Exclusives. The first guest ever on Bonding with Boogie with a Precious Perspective. The first. We're going to hang our jersey in the Raptors.
On me.
Okay, so here we go. Sis, tell me something. When you got your lick back, did you also get your piece back while you were out giving up a piece of back? So tell me how much of your piece did it set you back? So let's flashback to back when you backtrack with, nah, we can skip that. But see, you took your time to lick back only to backstep just to backstab yourself in the back here. I know you were tired of playing the back courts only to find yourself back hurt, so you traded it in for backboards and headboards too. At least the head wasn't bored. But now since you ducking and dodging through back roads, seeking back love that you know is just a back burn, so you took a back turn. Just trying to catch a back shot to your backbone, and you said you never cheat missionary, so all you catch are back moans. Meanwhile, your feelings only catching interest like a payback loan. Soon you'll be asking why like a Backstreet song. Playing in those back sheets, 9 times out of 10, you end up stuck with them in hard to reach places like a back flea. And it just occurred back to me that you went through all of this just to get your lick back. And that's that piece.
Drop a bomb, goddammit, now! Whoa!
Hey.
Yo.
Hey.
And with that being said, the first guest ever on Bonding with Boogie with a Precious Perspective. And this is your boy, Boogie Ogun, a.k.a. Himothy, Hymphony, Hymnergy, him who doesn't hide, him who seeks, him with the shortest arms, him still with the longest reach, and my co-host,
Precious, with a Precious Perspective, man. Be sure to check us out this Sunday, July 30th at the gallery, Beverly Hills Art Gallery, where we will be doing our open stage. It's open to all of our creatives, entrepreneurs, spoken word artists, singers, comedians, any and everybody who gonna come through. And Gabrielle, we expecting you. We wanted to see you.
Yeah, and Gabrielle, let the people know one more time where they can find you.
Please follow me on my love and life journey. It's going to be at Chef CHEF dot. That's a period. Gabrielle GABRIELLE. Follow me on Instagram, and from there you can get to my link tree, and it'll take you to TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, email, everything else. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Hey, we're out. We appreciate you.
Peace.
Yay!
That
Damn
was
it,
dope.
man!
Yeah, that
I
was
told
dope
you to
as
write
fuck.
something, but shit.